We want to talk about tracking. How do you do it? Why is it important? When should you do it? So we want to make a quick video here to teach all of you during your transformation challenge how to stay on track.
Yeah, I think for myself, I track my measurements around, my waist mostly, but different body parts, because I don't like to rely on the scale. I think it's not the best way to really make sure you're hitting your goals. As you know, muscle weighs more than fat, so if you're gaining muscle and losing fat, you might not be changing on the scale. That's just how it is. So we'll show you how we measure ourselves and give you some tips.
A couple really important things when you're tracking is definitely make sure that you're consistent. One of the things that I like to do is pick a day and always do my measurements on the same day. Another thing too is the same time of day as well. So what I do is I pick a day, let's say Saturday is my weigh-in. I'll wake up in the morning after you've woken up and peed but had no food or water, step on the scale to get your true weight, and then do your measurements.
Yeah, I always write down everything too, so I can compare moving forward, seeing if my measurements are going up, if they're staying the same, or maybe my measurements are going down. I know that I can really kill it the next week and grind it out for just one more week. All right, I am gonna be doing Marlo's measurements. So we usually just measure in inches, and we're gonna be doing 6 measurements. So first the shoulders, then we're gonna do her arms, and then her waist, and then her hips, glutes, and then lastly thighs. This is probably the best way to measure your progress other than doing your body fat. You can do your body fat. It's kind of like that step above if you want to do a skin fold test, or maybe if you have a bod pod or one of those scales that test body fat as well, you can do it that way. But if you're just by yourself and you have to do it every single week, I think measurements are one of the best ways to really track your progress. So yeah, let's get to it.
I like your bum, Mix Masters Remix. Hey baby, montre-moi ton corps de rêve qui fait, tu le bandit. Moi je pousse ton body, tout le monde te regarde et applaudit. Oh, t'es belle et sexy, hey, boy,
Awesome. So when you're doing your measurements, you want to make sure that you're doing the same spot every single week. As you probably saw when I was doing Marlo's thigh, you want to get the thickest part of your thigh. If you have to actually do if you have to do a systematic way of doing it every single time, what I like to do is first measure the length. So say I'm going to do Marlo's arm circumference. I'm going to find her acromion process, go down to her elbow, and take that measurement. So hers is 13, divide it in half, so 6.5 inches, so it's going to be right there, and that's the point that I'm going to do her measurement around every single time, just so that you know. I'm eyeballing it right now because I've done measurements for a while now, so I pretty much know where the middle is, where the thickest part of her is, and I can just eyeball it. But if you actually want to do it a little bit more systematically, that's one way that you could do it. Get a tape measure, get a pen, get a piece of paper, and get a friend, and take your measurements so you can start your 60-day challenge.